I think I'll know if I'm starting to be limited to things, not wanting to do things. I think that feeling that you get, gee, and also that tug from my granddaughters and my son, and it is coming, I can tell, but yeah.
When I decided to move, it was because I was beginning to have big expenses on the house, and I didn't want to be responsible for the house and the garden and everything else.
Transitioning to a community can be a great thing because it allows you to kind of take away some of the things, the responsibilities and things that you've had to deal with over the course of your lifetime.
My siblings and I, we kind of like worry, what happens if she's down there by herself, she's an hour away from me. So I would like to consider different options just in case there's a time where we have to, be reactive, but we'd rather be proactive.
We didn't want to pose a problem to our daughter because she would have to keep us if we stayed home, and eventually we'd be with her. And we just didn't want to load her down, so we came here.
I felt like now was the time to go while I was still young enough to do all the activities and get to know people and grow with them. It's more common to see younger people coming, and they do encourage you to come before you need to come.
Even going to her regular doctor's appointments, her pressure will go up just knowing she has to go to a doctor's appointment because she has to drive there, or I have to come down and get her. So having her maybe have an opportunity to be in a senior living center, you wouldn't have to worry about that. So that'd be another plus.
We liked the fact that we were getting away from our yard. And
our house was really too big for two people, and we did not want our children to have to take care of us as we grew older.
If she was in a different environment, I wouldn't have to worry. So it would relieve me of all the stress and frustration. I have that peace of mind knowing that if I'm at home, I know she's going to be okay.
One of the more difficult conversations to have with a loved one is addressing a time when there is a need to transition to a different lifestyle or living arrangement. It is always recommended to have that conversation sooner rather than later, because that obviously gives all parties the opportunity to have plenty of input and plenty of say into what they would like to see their future to hold.
So the transition, it would have to be at all different levels. First, it has to be that mental transition. She has to accept the fact that we don't think she's old or sick or dying. It's just a better quality of life.
I think for a lot of people, having conversations like this, getting things in place is very freeing to them, because once you kind of made a decision, then you don't have to worry about that decision anymore.
we talked about coming here many times with her and our son and asked them how they felt, showed them the place, every detail about it, and introduced them to it, and they seemed to feel that was a good thing to do. And since we moved, they're very happy we moved.
He's a nurse, and he kind of worries about my health, and after my husband died, he's probably worried about, am I going to be able to take care of myself, and he doesn't really want to have to come down here and just get me in a mess type of thing.
Choosing a retirement community, when that choice has been made, when you've done the research, when you've decided this is what I want, and you've made that decision, then your family's going to feel a whole lot better about it because they know that's what you wanted. The plan has been put in place.
You have to have the heart of the matter in everything that you do.
Just as your life has changed significantly over the last 3 to 5 or 10 years, you should look at your legal documents in the same fashion.
Documents that everybody needs, regardless of age, regardless of financial resources, are things like your will, your power of attorney for finances, and your healthcare power of attorney.
So when you're transitioning and looking at your previous legal documents, we would recommend you consider a trust as opposed to a will. A trust is not dependent on the amount of wealth or assets you have, but rather it allows greater flexibility and the ability to manage assets from a greater distance and between states if that is helpful to you and your loved ones who might be assisting you. If you are hesitant to consider the legal documents we've been discussing, consider the fact that these actually maintain your control. They allow your wishes to be carried out without question.
You're younger if you have a lot of connections with social people. And it also makes you think more. You feel like you want to do things. If you just sit around your house and look at all the stuff you could be doing in there, it gets a little, ugh. So I just think it's really good for your health, and it's good for your mind. Keeps you really active.
There are so many things to do here. We have activities, we have exercise, we have special meals. They have bus trips that take us to various places. And so there's never a time where there isn't something you can do.
I think that'd be the #1 initiative for her, enriching her social life.
Sit and talk to people a lot, and they have coffee times here that you can enjoy. About 10 o'clock in the morning in many different places. You can go around there and just have a good time.
I've met lots of people here. We have very friendly people.
And this place had a lot to offer in the way of activities and things that you can get involved in. And we go to an aerobics class 3 times a week. If you're bored, it's your own fault because you don't participate.
It would give me peace of mind knowing that she would have like a social life inside this facility. Also security, 24-hour security. Just like I said, that home environment to be there when her kids cannot.
But it's just fun to have a garden, just to get out in it and work. Had a good time all summer.
Planning, being proactive. Don't be reactive, like you said. You don't want to get the call that something happened to your parent and then you have to go around and run with your head cut off, trying to find locations, trying to find physicians. You don't want to do that. So have a roadmap and, work the plan. Have a plan, work the plan.